Hi, everybody. I'm hoping you had a great week. Yay! Okay, so we're back this week to go ahead and do another oracle card reading for our Lemurian birth signs. And don't worry if you're new here, I'm going to be walking you through all of the birth signs. And so you'll be able to hear the regular Gregorian names of the months. And then I will explain the 13 signs as we go along. So I just wanted to say thank you for everybody that's here. Stick around right afterwards. I'm going to continue with this particular video so that we can open it up to have a chat. I do have my comments currently turned off so I can focus on this. So for everybody that stopped in randomly, what I'm going to be doing is oracle card reads for the 13 birth signs of Lemuria. First off, I'm going to go ahead and do a harmonization for us to get us all on the same page energetically. Tie, mori, ora, mahakawatahi, ite ingawa, tito irita oatawana, waiwatapu, ite ingawa, tafenui, tarani tikatao, waiwatapu, ite ingawa, tafaya, tamatua, tatama, waiwatapu, Tie, ori, ora. Great. Okay, so this week marks the transition as the last week of Namu this year. And so it is for all of those that are born in the month of September, from September 1st through the 28th. And then towards the latter end of the week, we're going to move into on Sunday, it'll be the 29th and the 30th. And for anybody that's been here with me for a while, you're going to know that those are the two Maita days. So Maita babies are always any month that ends. So you'll be the days, any of the days and any of the months that are the 29th, 30th, or 31st of each month. So if this weekend is your birthday, happy birthday, Maita babies. And of course, happy birthday to all of our Namu babies. And so we're going to start off with Maita, since that's our 13th sign. And yours sits at the center of everything. Yours is the central sun for your birth sign. And your symbol is the crystal. So this week, we're using the Izzy Ivy cards again. And this week, Maita babies, you have Realm Bridger. Yay! Pretty cool for all of our up and going Maita babies. Alrighty, so next up we have Namus. Sorry, that's a little more loud than usual. Namu babies, happy birthday. And yours this week, wow, you have the full spectrum card. That is absolutely everything, embracing everything in your world. From the ground, Mother Earth, look at all those joys that she's sending up through the roots, through your chakra system, which in Lemuria is called the Kaha system, and into Father Sky, all of our cosmic cousins out there sending you love, helping you balance above and below. Those are for our Namu babies this week. It's called Full Spectrum. Okay. Then we have, if you were born October 1st through the 28th, yours is the sign of the Lamb, and yours is Kirihi. That's the sign of the Lamb. Your essence is truth. Oh, and I forgot. Namus, your symbol is the dove, and your essence is peace. So we've been in peace this whole month. So as we move into Kirihi, your message this week is the sound of the universe. So it looks like they're asking you to use sound, a lot of sound frequencies. You can explore a lot of different musics. Drumming can be very instrumental. So that's your card for this week, kitties, my lambs. Your essence is truth. So next up, we have those that are born from November 1st through the 28th. Yours is the sign of Kahuku. That's the sign of the butterfly. Your essence is transformation. And yours this week, wow, how cool. Endless opportunities. So this is for the Kahukus. Look at all the Kahukus in there in the bubbles. That's amazing. Okay. Next up, we have if you're born December 1st through the 28th, your birthday is Okapi, and that's the sign of the forest giraffe. I'm getting myself lost here. But you are the sign of Father. This is the essence of Father. And yours this week is going to be harmonic flight. So that speaks to balancing both sides, left, right, up, down, female and male energy. And female actually is your heart essence. Male energy is your head essence. Tatama, the child, is your high heart essence. So this week's going to be about harmonic flight, balancing it, all of it. Great. Okay, next up we have Hia. That's for anybody born January 1st through the 28th. Here's a sign of Hia, which is the hair, and your essence will be endurance. And yours is a similar theme this week. Hia's, you're going to be looking at balanced forces this week. So much like the harmonic flight, you're going to be balancing again above, below, left, right, male, female. A lot of activation from that particular card. And then let's see what we have next. Kiranis. So anybody that is born February 1st through the 28th, yours the sign of Kirani, and that is the sign of the hummingbird. The hummingbird is the sacred voices from heaven. And it's not so tiny. Wow. You have our ancient future. I love all the light codes in this particular card. So cool. Just going to let you see. That's part of why I'm holding these up here so you can get the codes. Great. Wonderful. Honus, you're next up. Anybody that is born March 1st through the 28th, here's the sign of Honu. And Honu is the sign of the sea turtle. And your essence will be navigation. Almost said quantum navigation, but that's Tama Eke's wheelhouse. But yeah, navigation for you. You have a beautiful card this week. You have loving compassion, which is gentle and sweet, much like our own news. Yay. Okay. Next up, we have those that are born April 1st through the 28th. You're the sign of Tuatara, and that's the sign of the smiling gecko. The essence is the smile. You're all about the smile. Wow. This week, you have furred and feathered friends. Yay. Yay. So lean on your friends, your furry and feathered animal friends. If you don't have any pets in your life, that's okay. You can certainly pick up the essence from videos or on your walks in nature. They can bring in messages for you. Okay. Next up, we have those that are born May 1st through the 28th. Yours is the sign of Toroa, and this is the sign of the albatross. And yours, the essence for yours is determination. Oh, wow. You have awakened awareness this week. So go inside. A lot of this particular card tends to be about internal awakenings. Wonderful. Okay, I saw Hypnicity. Diana Oil Painter will be another one of ours. For the Kopanuis. Yay, yay, yay. I'm a Kopanui too. So anybody that's born June 1st through the 28th, you're the sign of the wombat. And I had to go look that one up, and I'm an animal lover. A wombat. So that's the Kopanuis. Our essence for this month, for the month of June, will be child essence. And that also speaks to creativity. And our card this week, wow, our card is Shine Your Light. You don't have to do anything out in the world. Just be. Yay. Beautiful card. Enjoying that one. Okay, next up we have Kakaz. And I think that was Utica's sign. So to all of our Kaka babies, if you're born July 1st through the 28th, yours is the sign of Kaka. That's the sign of the talking parrot. And yours this week, beautiful. I think some of the Kakas are going to love this. Internal explorer. You get to retreat. That'll be great for any of our introverts. Because sometimes parrots are shy, especially around people that they don't know. They'll clam up. But my oh my, once they know you, their world is amazing. Yay. And then we have next, those that were born August 1st through the 28th, if I've missed you, belated happy birthday. And yours is the sign of the falcon. And it's fatwa. And your essence is purification. And your card, your card this week is the portal keeper. How cool. Rock on. That is awesome. This is for our fatwas. So all of our falcon babies. You have the portal keeper this week. Beautiful. And remember, our essence this month, for all of us, it's not just the Namus. Our essence this month is the essence of peace. And today I actually felt motivated to draw from the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to do an extra card for all of us. And this one is bottom of the deck. Whoa. And we pulled for everybody an extra card, and it is Ether. Wow, wow, wow. Look at all those sacred geometries going on in there. Ether is everything. It's in the spaces all around us. In Star Wars, that would have been the Force. Everybody's got some version of ether that they know. It's just one of those internal knowings. And I just mostly felt like pulling from the bottom of the deck for everybody this week. So if you have stopped by for your Oracle card readings for the Lemurian Birthsigns this week, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the cards, and I will be back next week to do another Oracle card reading on them on Tuesday. And now what I'm going to be doing, if you would like, stick around, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the floor. I see I've got a lot of comments, so I will be flipping on the comments. Here we go. Here we go. So I can scroll back up here and see how everybody's doing. Hi, Hypnicity. Hi, Annie Bear. Hi, Randy. Hello, Utica. Hi, Karen. Ha ha ha. I'm going to scroll back up. You guys have been really chatting. This is so cool. Oh, your Shih Tzu. Isn't that fun? My Shih Tzu loves the harmonization. That's so sweet. I've got a lot of animals that respond. Yeah, Rosie loves me too. Yeah. They're so wonderful. I love our animal friends. Hi, Shenanigans. Hi. Did someone say Shenanigans is in here too? So we're going to scroll right back up here right quick. And if I've missed anybody, I am so sorry. I don't mean to. I have my comments shut off so that I can focus on the cards, because it can be a little bit of a ditz with the energies whenever they come in. So I just wanted to make sure that I could focus. Here we go. Annie Bear. Puna Flash is a light shaman. I wouldn't doubt that. He's just a flat out shaman, because he was trained from age 7 upwards. Some of us must be light shamans too. If you are here, I'm not going to speak to shamanism myself, because it's not a title that I claim, even though I have two tribes in my makeup. I'm actually Cherokee and Choctaw on my mom's lineage. But I myself have never felt drawn to call myself a shaman. For one thing, there's so much training that goes into being a full shaman. So I honor that, so. But you're Lemurian. If you have found this, if you found me, or you found any of Huna Flash, or any of these light codes that are coming through, you're absolutely in Lemuria 5, and that is planet Matea, which is where we are now. And I say planet Matea, and it is the same as if we, once called Mother Earth Tara, or if we called her Gaia. She's now planet Matea, which is a planet of light. Yay, yay, yay. Oh, cool. Caught a replay. Another kitty he. Yeah, it's another fellow lamb. That's wonderful. These are going to be our October babies. Kitty he. Miss Randy holding the space for my Maita babies. Wonderful. Oh, okay, so I'm going to scroll down here. Let me see. I'm kind of dialing through what everybody had written whenever we were chatting, and then I'll zip down to the bottom here. Oh, my word. I know, right? In today's meditation, saw a grandfather clock flying backwards. That's time has disappeared. Last night, I had the same thing. I went to bed, golly, I think it was like 9:30. And then I slept, woke up, and it was at 11 o'clock, fell asleep, woke up again, and it was back to 9:30. So I'm used to it now, but it's always kind of nice whenever I can get a little bit of extra sleep in there. Because like most of you, my sleep is usually very uninterrupted. So. Yay. Okay, let's see. Yeah, exactly. It does this. It's like it's flying. I agree, because I've had those instances too where it goes flying as well. I want to find out on my own. You're doing an awesome job, Annie Bear. So is everybody that's here. And you guys, week after week, you're showing up, you're listening to the codes, and it takes time. I know, because I tend to be really fast with my energy work. I always have. And so whenever I did it's called Dragon Master's course now, but whenever I did the training, the light code trainings with Huna Flash, it was one of those deals where I was like, nah, I'm going to be able to blaze through this. No, it's hitting your magnetics, it's hitting your aura, your light body. It takes time to integrate that. And so some of the people that come in and meet me, they'll get incredibly sleepy. So go take a nap. That's what I say about that. Go take a nap. You get a birthday every month. Well, Randy, yeah, actually, for the Maita, because she's a Maita baby, I'm going to just simply say happy birthday to the Maita babies, because each month we have Maita babies. If you want to jump in on that party, you just go right for it, honey. Why not? Oh, brilliant. Annie Bear's taking notes. Yeah, I have done the same thing. Like Huna Flash, I'll go back to his lives, and I'll rewatch them and take notes myself so that I can keep track of what's going on. Every day is a holiday. Eat cake. Heck yeah. Let's do that. Yeah. Rock on. Ooh, beautiful. Annie Bear. Gifted new bell chimes from India. I bet those sound wonderful. Oh, how sweet. Drums. There you go. Yeah. Hi, Amanda Carroll. How you doing? Hypnicity. Whee. Need to hang out with okapi. I adore the okapis. I saw them first in a zoo, and I want to say the 90s. Might have been the late 80s, but I'm thinking the 90s. And they're just beautiful, beautiful animals. Hey, Karen. Writing so much lately. I don't know about you, Annie Bear, but I actually get overwhelmed with my Post-its. Oh, how cool. My mother-in-law visits as a hummingbird. That is wonderful, especially that you know what her symbol is. Some people will come back as butterflies. Some people will come back as cardinals. So her messages are hummingbird. And the hummingbird, I'll speak to that, Tirani. The messages that come in during the month of Tirani, there are a lot of sacred messages that come through that you'll get in meditation. Like if you're walking or you're doing something contemplative, meditation, of course. Aw, Utica. I love birds and animals, but scared of them too. Yeah, is it because you haven't been raised around them? Because if we're not familiar with something, it can be really scary. Or if worse, if we've had some negative reactions to them. Oh, how pretty. Whenever I had the last 2 years asked for a sign from my spirit animal or angels, isn't that cool that you would get the Indian feathers? Yeah, of course you're protected. Of course. Yes, you're the sign of the cacao. I know, right? Hypnicity. We get to shine on this week. Love that card. They're so pretty. I know I don't know the light coatings that are in those. I just know that I was heavily drawn to the Izzy Ivy deck. And let's see if I can find that. I've got the box if anybody wanted to see it. This is the deck that we used this week. And mine, whenever I ordered it, it came out of Australia. So it's Beyond Lemuria, the Oracle cards. And you can see the light codes that they have used all throughout the artwork. If you start looking, that's part of why I leave them up there for a while. It's from Izzy Ivy, so that you can really get into just absorbing those light codes. Ah, so cool. The MP3. Thank you so much, Annie Bear. I am so glad that is helping you. Yay. Scroll. Okay. Yay. I know, right? Ether. My automatic writing has been telling me that too. Shine your light. Yay. Hi, Mary Spirit. How you doing today? Scroll down here to where you guys have been chatting. I don't want to look like I've ignored you. That's why I went puttering around, still listening. Wonderful, Malin. I was actually thinking of you just the other day. That's interesting. Hi. Welcome. Hello from the Oregon coast. Debbie, how do I find my Lemurian name? The only way that I know of currently is through Hunaflash, my mentor. He does a ceremony that he calls a seal ceremony, and he goes through, it's a whole bunch of different protocols that are in that. It's about an hour long. And he takes your name, and then what he's doing is taking it backward so that he can find the seed sounds in the name. So, I mean, as you're saying, your real name that you were, and for the women, it'll be the name that we had on our birth certificates when we were birthed. So that is going to be the name that he will work with, and then he keeps going backwards through that, peeling things away, feeling into it to find what your Lemurian name is. And that's called a Huna. And Huna means one in the many in the one. And so what that refers to is as we do our cycles, as we do our lives, and then of course we pass over back into the central sun with our souls, soul essence, then we come back in, and then our essence will come back into the space. For example, mine is Huna Kamaroha. When he revealed that essence, he also let me know my essence hasn't been down here in thousands of years. So even though we do come back, it can take time before that particular essence will come down and present itself again. But we say, Oh yeah, you're back again. Hi, it's been a while. I haven't seen you. And so we recognize each other, and it's kind of like with I think it was Annie Bear that was asking the question about, oh, I think maybe on Huna Flash, because he has so many Hunas, that that maybe that is just a threat or just information for those that have been sealed. And to that I say no. Um, what he's doing and what they are doing whenever they say their name, they're allowing others here to hear that and see that. Like, that is why I make the effort to put my Huna Kamaroha there, so that people can absorb those codes in their own aura, and you're actually being activated just by seeing that. And it'll be the same with, say, Hunatama Ake or Huna Flash. His full thing is Hunama Ututaki. So, so these are essences. They're not just names. They are sound frequencies, but there is more behind it. And so as the essence is being revealed, you're going to be having, he does what he calls a polishing of the lenses. And by that, when we come down here, we're coming in as undistorted light from the central sun. We do pass through filters. When we come in each month, we will be going through the Stargate. Like, for example, this month for Namu, all of us, the light, the undistorted light from the central sun is going to pass through our sun, which is called Wahi. And that's the Stargate for this month. And so that flavors the essence. Unfortunately, because they've been around here a lot longer, we have had 2D entities that have placed filters for thousands, 26,000 years we have been in darkness. And so they have placed all of these filters in place, and it feeds them, not us. It's all for their benefit. And so what the seal ceremony is doing is it is stripping away those filters, and it is helping you to stand in the light, in your essence. And it definitely takes time to come into that knowing, that internal knowing. I want to speak to this right quick. Hypnicity, how to best deal with the seasonal affective disorder beyond increasing vitamin D. Get yourself a lamp or a light. There are some that will mimic regular daylight, but if you can't find that, even a regular bulb will work. What you're going to need to do is set that on a timer so that wherever you're at, you have at least 12 hours of daylight to help overcompensate what's going to happen, because you live so far north that you're going to be affected by this. And mushrooms, they do help. You can put them in your coffee. They are wonderful for boosting vitamin D3. They're great for your immune system. That's why a lot of the northern tribes will have mushrooms in their folklore and in their foods. You'll find a lot of mushrooms in the dishes for the winter time. That is your seasonal. And again, if you have the mushrooms, go ahead and expose that, even if it's powdered, to sunlight to fix even more vitamin D3 in there. It won't take very long. Even just a few minutes will work. Somebody had asked, I think it was a week or two ago, I caught it, but I didn't speak to it. If it is cloudy, go ahead, because there's still daylight that is coming down through those clouds, and the mushrooms will be able to affix it. Don't allow them to get wet if they've already been dried, or take the time to go ahead and dry them out if you accidentally got them rained on. But it's going to take just a little bit more time with that. Okay, gang. Scroll. My teams must have stories to tell. I don't doubt that, Annie Bear. You're an amazing storyteller. And I love how you go on your walks and you take your photos and everything. It's beautiful, because you're doing a walking meditation as you're doing that. Nothing yet. Yeah, and sometimes we just simply have to hold the space, as Terry would say. Like I said, I've been having light beings in my bedroom working on me energetically for years now. I have asked them repeatedly, what are you doing? Is there anything else? And they're like, no, shush, go back to sleep. Really? Maybe try not waking me up. Although they've gotten better at it. Oh, wow. See, this is just it. All of us have been here multiple times over and over and over for past lives. Your mind is still blown. Yeah, it can take a little bit to get used to that too. Yeah, the grow light, Randy's on it. Wonderful. Yeah, and to that, just simply put them at no less than 12 hours for that daylight. 16 if you're really struggling. You're pretty. I don't know if I'm going to catch up with you guys. Yeah, I had to start while I was talking and doing the cards. Hopefully, you guys get to see your cards. Oh, my dear friend comes as a hummingbird. How beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. Yep. That's cool. I've seen those lamps. Yeah, I like that because it mimics nature. Going back to listening. Yay. Yay. Anywhere that you feel drawn to do, anywhere that you're feeling motivated. Sometimes you'll feel that in your internal energy field if it is something that agrees with you. And sometimes you can have very strong negative reactions to something. And it is because your energy field is kind of almost there, but not there. So you get that feedback squeal thing going. 11:11 here in India. That's so cool. Hi, Bora Bora. You snuck in here whenever I was not looking. Oh, we have a link going. Yeah, the link to my shop. I'm trying to put the link also in the description box on all of my videos. And then at the top of the page for my channel, there's also under About, there's another link in there as well for my shop. And so that'll be the energy links. No, actually, it is hoh.earth for Huna Flash. That might be something that people have been having trouble with. So this is for Huna Flash. Get the dot to work. There we go. Yep. hoh.earth. And so with Huna's website, he's got a bunch of t-shirts and things as well, but he's the one that has the artwork behind me, the technology, Lemurian technology behind me. But he's the one that does the seal. Right now, he is up in Vancouver, Washington, good grief. No, Vancouver, up in Canada, the whole different country from me. Aw, you guys are so wonderfully supportive for each other. That's so beautiful. Yep. Let me see. I can probably find a direct link. Although I gotta be honest, I don't know. Some people have warned me that YouTube doesn't like me sharing my links in the chat. Bora Bora can probably speak to that. You're gonna find the one that Annie Bear got under the energy balancing MP3s. Copy that one over here, throw it in the chat. The chat will probably freak out, but I don't care because we're kind of a rebel, right? I should probably shorten that. There we go. Oh, here we go. Can we remember who we are? The odd thing about it, because like I said, I've gone pretty much my entire life remembering who I am and being able to interact with the animals and everything. And so I think a whole bunch of different people do different remembering ceremonies, like if you're a starseed. But as far as I know, it's Huna Flash himself that does the seal ceremony for the Lemuria, um, I have to say, without a shadow of a doubt, that was one of the most amazing ceremonies and alignment that I have encountered. And I don't think that I could have revealed the particular essence that he did reveal to me. It's not just it's not like a name that we get down here. It literally reveals who we really truly are as we come down here. And for myself, it really was a game changer for me. Oh, cool! Mary Spirit found it. Yay! Hi, Mousy. How you doing? Hi. Oops. Oops. Okay. My page just jumped. So if I missed somebody, I'm so sorry. Did you check the Schumann? Lots of upper chakra energy. Yeah, and that can also speak to the ringing in the ears, the tinnitus that people have. We're getting a lot of the photons from the central sun, which is Maita, and so it's it's coming in, and it is the photons are exciting the energy, and so a lot of times it will cause the ringing in the ears. Yeah, my head is congested. Yeah, sometimes that can happen. Oh, well, I have to say that was something that was really great. I shared the salt in the shoes technique, or yeah, I guess you could call it a technique. But I had come across a couple weeks back where the Japanese know to put salt in their shoes, and I'd had great results with the Himalayan rock salt. And so this week, uh, even though I take magnesium, I woke up with a foot cramp, which was not a charming way to start my morning. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to put some Epsom salts in with my salts. So it really it's both of them that I have in there, the Himalayan and the Epsom salts, and I enjoyed it. Um, Knock on wood, I haven't had the foot cramping thing again. So, ooh, how pretty! Wearing lava from Iceland. Oops, salting your shoes too. I'm gonna hop up here. I really don't know that much about Iceland. I do know that Iceland, obviously, because it is volcanic, it has a lot of the new energy to it. It is connected to Hia, which is the sign of the hare, and that essence is endurance. So they are the Viking races. That's going to be um, their tribal grounding and their tribal lessons. Hi, Paul. How you doing? Oh, wonderful. I'm going to say the same thing. Do it if you feel moved to do it. Don't do it just because I've influenced you. But when you go into the seal ceremony, you will feel drawn. Like, for example, mine, it was a no-brainer for me because I actually had pressure. It felt like rocks, tokens that had carvings, almost like the runestones, actually, being placed on my shoulders and my spine and the top of my head. I mean, it was just this enormous pressure. Now I know enough not to go against something that if the universe is saying you get to do this, you do it. So for mine, it was a no-brainer. But you do need to feel drawn to do it. That said, if you have the seal ceremony, please come back and share it with us. I would love to know it because it, like I said, it helps to upgrade everybody. Hey, Paul. Hey, Paul, did you ever do the ghost busting? I know you were really interested in doing it a few weeks back. I was just curious to know if you got out there with somebody and did a session with them. Went looking for the ghosties, we ghosties. Endurance makes sense. Yeah, that's probably, and you know, Annie Bear, that's probably why that Iceland is coming through so strong for you. I find that if we're down here and we're with people, um, that they will be because we decided to be on a soul journey with each other. And so, yeah, some of that will be coming in. Oh, cool. Amanda Carroll, good luck with that. Yeah, and that's just it. I'm going to try some sea salt today because that's what I have. And that was just it. Whenever I saw the video, I'm like, I have some salt on hand. I'm going to give it a try. Why not? It's cheap. If it doesn't work, it's like a teaspoon, I think, in each shoe. If it doesn't work, no biggie. Oh, you decided against it? Okay. Okay, sure. Yeah, Paul decided against doing the Ghostbusties. Okay. This is, a lot of people told me it wouldn't. Yeah, don't. You'll bring it home. Yeah, it's one of those deals where people will sometimes play with Ouija boards, especially by themselves, which you should not do. It's called an unlocked board. And if you do it solo, I'm like, well, you can monkey with a Ouija board. However, there are protocols in place. So a lot of people monkeyed with a Ouija board, and all you're doing really is putting this gigantic torch into the sky that's saying, oh, hey, fresh meat. Then you end up with entities and things. And that's just it. It's one thing if you're just enjoying it, if you're having fun with it, like the spirit box and things. I like the spirit box or some of the other techniques that people use because what they're doing is it's a lot like with sal rods. Oh, bye, Randy. Thanks for stopping in. But with this, with sal rods, she's got the scientific mind, and it's very beneficial for some people to know because in our society, we have been taught that the ghosts don't exist. Now, if you were to go to an Asian country or south of the border to Mexico, they know, and they have protocols in place for the spirits. Same thing with our Native American friends. We know that there are things. Yeah, your sister should let it go. It's one thing if they're in your space and you suddenly have to do a whole bunch of stuff with the ghosties. But you could do. There's a lot of different museums and homes and things that do ghost tours, and you could even get that in just a regular house. Like for an example, we went to the Flavel House up in Astoria, and I don't normally talk about ghosts, which is really bizarre. But when we went there, that's where the bizarre thing was. Whenever we were going through the home, the architecture in that home, it was just off the charts. The history was amazing. And yet I found myself asking the questions about what ghosts are in here. And I think it's simply because we could see and feel different things in the space of the home. It was a very much loved, adored home. And with the ghosts, some of the stuff that you get is the actual ghost, but some of it is going to be just the imprint. And yes, it is spiritual hygiene that you need to practice if you're going into their spaces. Get yourself a rock that's dark, or in the case of, trying to remember who that was. There was somebody that used red jasper for the root chakra, and so you'll if you can just tuck one of those into a pocket for protection. Other people will use salt, and yeah, Bora Bora, that was so cool. I found it. It came across my YouTube channel, which was surprising, but I do a lot of shiatsu, so that's where it came from. They're like, oh, hey, the Japanese do this. And I was like, oh my, because there's times whenever I cannot get to the beach because we have so many tourists. And to me, this is one thing where I can put the salt in my shoes and it feels like I'm walking on the beach, which is so cool. Try the different salts too, because Randy's probably left the chat by now. But she tried it first with the sea salt, and she said she didn't get any energy from it. She didn't feel anything. But when she tried it with the pink Himalayan rock salt, it did work. Now, there are different types of salts. I like the Himalayan salt simply because there's 80 different versions of trace minerals that is in there. And so your body can absorb trace minerals too that you may not be getting as well. Yep, cedar sweet, then burn. You betcha. Weirdest place I ever saw was a ghost was in the stockroom at Kohl's. Doesn't surprise me. And that's the other thing. Sometimes what we're having is not really necessarily a ghost per se. It's an energy imprint. Like, for example, I have no doubt that I probably have left energy imprints, and it's going to look like a hologram. Some of the World War II ghosts, when the men were coming back, because it was such a heightened energetic imprint, it's going to be visible. When the USS Missouri came through, woo, that was brutal. The ship docked in Astoria, and I did see it in the 90s before she went her way to Hawaii, and she's now docked in Hawaii. But that was one of the ones that had been in World War II, and the ghost imprints on that one were vivid. I was not expecting it, and so there was a lot of imagery. A lot of empathic people will get this all the time, where all of a sudden you're starting to feel things, where you're just overwhelmed with emotion. Either you'll be terrified, or you'll hear things going, or you've just got this nausea. You've got like things going on where it is. Well, you're kind of feeling like you're in the thick of it, but you're not actually, and that's what an empath will do. They'll pick up on the imagery or the feelings of that. I just put it loose in my shoes. I've done both. My husband's put it inside his socks. So like this morning, I've put it in my socks. I kind of like just putting it in the floor bed of my shoes. And then that way I'll just take a paper towel and sweep it back out. Okay, you wear the I can say this, orthotics in my shoes. Bora Bora, in that case, what I would do is just take a small amount of it and put it in your socks so that it's not interfering with your orthotics then. Yep, I do not. Yeah, and that's just it. Some people do, some people don't. And my main thing with them is, as I said, I actually lived in 3 haunted houses growing up, and I was a bit of well, and that's just it. Some of it is just simply you're either going to have an experience or you won't have an experience. Yeah, never saw a ghost. Be glad. You might actually have seen it, and that's just it, because my first ghost sighting that I saw, I was 7 or 8, I think, when I was on a field trip, and we had gone to a movie theater, and I thought the guy coming down the gigantic spiral staircase in broad daylight, mind you. So this was not like a nighttime haunting. This was me with my classmates. We were there on a field trip, and it was in a movie theater. Well, not movies. It was the theater, and so it was. I don't know how old that theater is now, but there was a gigantic spiral staircase that was coming down one side of it to come into the lobby area. And I thought he was an actor. The way that he was dressed was in 18th century garb. And so I thought that he was part of the show that was coming down in to talk to us. But we had already an usher person that was giving us the rundown on no sticky fingers. You got to watch yourselves, the usual thing of reminding kids not to damage anything and be good and all that kind of stuff. And so when I looked at I was looking around at my classmates and everything, and then I looked back up, he'd vanished. And because our whole class was going into the theater at the time, I didn't think too much of it. I thought he was going to show up at some point on the stage. And so by that point, even before we moved, I had seen a ghost. I just didn't realize that I had seen a ghost. And I'm sure most of that has to do with, my genetics. I do have really strong genetics on both sides of the family. So seeing things like the ghosts, being sensitive to different energy vibrations, um, you know, like Utica is saying here, if I go to places, I can sense if there's good vibes or not good vibes, that sort of a thing. But yeah, I was convinced by the time that we had moved into my first haunted house, I was convinced, get this, that ghosts didn't exist, that the people that were convinced that they had seen ghosts just had overactive imaginations. And boy, I could not have been more wrong. It was scary. It was terrifying, actually. My brother, my sister, and I slept in the same room that first night, and I'm not sure any of us actually fell asleep. It was like safety in numbers and just wall to wall terror, and especially that first night. I mean, you could just feel it in the house. It was really, really scary. And of course, some of the things too is people expect to see like full torso apparitions or things like this. We never actually saw anything in that home except for my mother. She saw him, and it was in the afternoon, broad daylight, and it was complete apparition. So, but yeah, usually we were hearing things. My brother and I could hear murmurings and things. My poor cat was so badly affected. We had no idea. But the cats and the dogs, they see in the infrared spectrum. And so they'll see things that we can't. Now, when the military first created their nighttime vision goggles, they actually used red so that it was a low light spectrum so that they could use and navigate with the red. And they had to quit because it was absolutely scaring and terrifying the soldiers, because all of a sudden with those goggles they could see, they called them demons. They could certainly see the ghosts, but they could suddenly see all of these things around them. So, hi Bora Bora. Oh, am I going to start doing Saturdays? Honestly, I was feeling motivated that day. I was feeling motivated on Friday to do a live. It was simply because I couldn't get to you guys on Friday, and so I threw it up on Saturday. Can you give me some feedback? Did you enjoy the Saturday? I wasn't too sure. It was one of those deals where I was like, okay, well, I have time. I'll go ahead and do a live, just to see if people would show up or enjoy it or anything like that. So if you could just give me some feedback on if you enjoyed me doing the extra live, I can certainly try to work those in, try to do some extra. Now tomorrow, just to give everybody a heads up, tomorrow morning I'm going to be on with Valerie at Illumination Portal. So I'm going to be trying to stream that on my channel along with hers. I don't have the link yet. So as soon as I have the link, I'll be trying for simulcasting. But if it happens, I'll be on my channel. If not, I will be with Valerie at Illumination Portal. Oh, that's great. Okay, it looks like everybody really enjoyed it. Great. Yeah, and I'm trying to do just hanging around afterwards so that people can enjoy this as well. Give them a chance for an extra little bit of a live chat. I didn't know if it was beneficial for people to do just the oracle card readings as standalone oracle card readings, or open the floor up, kind of like what I've done on here. I couldn't tell which one was more confusing. In other words, I didn't know if it was beneficial for me to do two different live streams. Okay. Every day. Huh? I don't think you would want me every day. That would be a bit much, Utica. Whatever's easiest for me. Okay. Mary Spirit. I love lives. Don't know why. Aw. Any whale messages today? Orca, today is orcas. Today is Maki, Maki, and that's the name for the Maki, which is the harmony that comes from the orcas. Did you ever see Salem for Halloween? No. Growing up, I had a severe overactive imagination. I had really bad nightmares as a kid. So for me, growing up, my parents went above and beyond to keep me away from as many of those things as possible. Dolphins are Rehu, Rehu. Oh, like books. Absolutely. All of it happening at once. Absolutely. Any stories? My animals. Well, it's interesting to me because some of the stuff that goes on with me and animals is so commonplace that I don't it's like talking to Fred down the road. Actually Fred is the name of my tree in the front. So maybe Fred's not the good example. But let me think. I can't really think of anything now that whenever I'm put on the spot. But a lot of times with the animals, I can hear them obviously, and so when I'm tuned in and I'm busy, yeah, like Rosie. Rosie is happy listening. Yeah, when you showed me the photo of Rosie on your community page, I reached out and worked with Rosie's little meridians that day. Fed a crow, saw a Viking house for sale. Now, how cool is that? The crows are something that comes around to me a lot. I attract crows big time. And I enjoy them. They have a laugh and they'll laugh back and forth, which is great fun. Right now, my little scrub jays, we have little blue jays that are called scrub jays. They've migrated up from California. And their call is, yeah. So we have these deep and meaningful, yeah, yeah, back and forth to each other. You'll have a lot of fun with that Air Supply concert. I had classmates back in the day that just utterly adored them. They thought that was quite a concert. I'm sure they're really good still. Yep, my Mandy seems to understand everything I say. They do. Actually, they will understand, especially as you're speaking, because what's happening is with people, and this is how the animals communicate. They communicate in pictures. It will look like little moving pictures, only there'll be a lot of information behind it. They'll be expressing themselves as movies, and their feelings into it as well. And so as long as you're doing the same thing, you're broadcasting to her exactly what it is that you're telling her. And so some people, whenever they go to leave the house, myself included, I'll prep my animals whenever I'm going to go somewhere. It's like, okay, I'm headed here. And I wouldn't make a big deal out of it, but it's just simply, hi, I'm here and I'm going to be going here and I'm doing this. And then I expect to be back by, whatever hour it is, food time. I'll expect to be back by lunch or expect to be back by supper time, sort of a deal. Dragons carved in the wood, the face of the building with the Norse letters. Would be pretty cool. There's a lot of dragon energy that is around the Nordics. Yep. Very cool. Why do I see crows flying? They're friends. Yeah, the ones that are flying with us in the astral, they are friends. Absolutely. I'm in a reading. Yeah, I have crows that follow me. Surrounded with mature oaks, just walked the empty property. How beautiful. So are you at a property right now, Leah? Are you looking at a prospective property? Lisa, my friends are the ravens. How gorgeous. Hunched on acorns across the wet deck. Watch your step. Ah, how beautiful. Crow comes to our house daily for the last 3 years. Eats crumbs and goes. Several sparrows. Beautiful. Crows have a really good memory. So do the ravens. Yep. Yep. Bora Bora on the job. Thank you so much, Bora Bora. Really appreciate that. Yep. That's going to be tomorrow morning. Oh, she hasn't created the link yet. I know she had her, Valerie had her granddaughter this weekend. So I'll have to hop over there and make sure that actually, yeah, I'll definitely have to hop over because it's like, oh, it's already Tuesday. Oh, beautiful. Oh, you lost it. So praying for a home. I hope the right home comes forward for you. It's tough. It is right now. That's one of the stories that we have, but let's put it out there that you'll find the exact home that is needed for you and them. Homes are really, they're important sacred spaces. Yeah, home is in your heart, so you always have a home. But it's always kind of nice if you can really find a space to call your own as well. Yay. Alrighty, gang. So I've been chatting for an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off of here so that I have enough oomph for tomorrow with Valerie. Apparently, we need to make sure that we're on the right page for that. But yeah, tomorrow morning I will be doing a live with Valerie, and so I hope to see everybody there. And thank you so much. Okay, have a great day, everybody. Have a great week. Okay, bye.